back to another edition, another exclusive edition of More to Live For. I'm the voice of the North, CEO of this great platform that I got over here, man. So shout out to all my new subscribers, man. What we got right here, man, I figure I'd do a part 2 of the whole USPS hiring process, mainly focusing on the conversion from a PSE to a regular. I kind of want to give a little insight on that. I got so much good feedback on the first video that I did that I thought it was only right to do a part 2, man. So before we get started, man, make sure you like this video, comment, share it with a friend, man. It's somebody out there that really need this game about the post office, man, because the way I feel about it, it's the best kept secret, man. So definitely share. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man, and we're gonna rock out just like that. So let's dive right into it, man. Let's dive right into it. So on the last video, I was kind of going over, kind of like the responsibilities of a PSC, a postal support employee / clerk. And I kind of want to, get a continuance of that. And mainly like kind of talk about what it is that I do now. But first, I kind of want to talk about the conversion process or whatever, like doing what you're doing as a PSC, throwing parcels and all of that. I mean, nobody's beneath that. Nobody's too good to do that. So that's just something to keep in mind. So that's just something that you're going to find yourself doing throughout the whole journey of the post office, just to keep it real. You know what I mean? But it kind of goes like in a chain of command or whatever, like, and you kind of find your place, not necessarily the algorithm, but you kind of find your place into like the current process of where your name is at on the roster. And you kind of go from there or whatever. But it's on you to complete everything that's asked of. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like the first part of the process is getting selected and getting picked to go to the window school, window training, SSDA training. You know what I mean? So sales, service, distribution, associate training. That's mainly basically taking the knowledge that you already got from throwing parcels and things that you learned about the post office that way, kind of sharpening that, adding, things about the front, kind of things you may not have known about that. Different classes of mail, different ways to send mail, prohibited items, international mail, cremains, like it's so many different levels, so many different things to learn. So going through that process, which is it's a week class, 8 to 5. It's pretty much the 8 to 5 is the smoothest 8 to 5 you ever experienced in your life. Because if you are familiar with the orientation process, it's kind of like that. It's kind of broken up into segments like that. And for me, I am the voice of the North. I am in Pitt County, So I had to go to our state capital, Raleigh, not too far away, like an hour and a half, but I did that for an entire week. So doing that, I was able to, first obtain the knowledge about things up front that I didn't know, as well as sharpen my skills on the things that I did know. And that led me to eventually taking the test, 100 question test. Shout out to my instructor. She did a great job preparing us for the test. Well, it's a 100 question test, and from there, you pass the test, man, and then that's when you're officially certified. And then it's kind of on the post office that you're working at to on when it's kind of up to them on when they're gonna convert you over. So from that, for me, once I passed the test, I went back to work. It was on a Friday, and luckily, as a PSC, I was able to get a weekend off. So luckily, I was able to have a weekend off. But when I went back in that Monday, it was right back to reality. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it all the way real. It was right back to reality. It was kind of like, you did that. You passed that and all of that. But where we at right now, this is a little more important. So I wasn't tripping about that because I definitely understood that I passed, but I still gotta. It's still a whole process. It's still a process of I gotta wait my turn, even though I did pass or whatever. So I wasn't really too beat up about that. I really wasn't, because to be totally honest, to make regular in the time that I made regular, it's kind of impressive, and that kind of leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about, and that is the fact that I did make regular fast. I think so, but it couldn't have came at a better time in my life. You know what I mean? I'm 38 years old, and people, um, you know, me personally, I don't think I'm better than anyone, but I also don't think anyone's better than me. And with that being said, I don't want people to have the impression that I was lucky to be able to make regular in such a short period of time, because the truth of the matter be, it wasn't nothing lucky about the last job I worked at for 10 years, barely making $10 an hour. There wasn't no luck in that, and as well as the job previous to that, where I was working there for 5 years, making $8 an hour, and that's 15 years that I just summed up with two jobs and the money that I was making. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's luck. I just think everything happens for a reason, and GB the reason, and it's just my season, and that's just what it is. So I kind of want to clear that up, and what I mean, kind of get that out. But like I said, once I got back, from there, I was spending a few days going up front, actually kind of putting some of the skills to use that I learned. And it was a good experience. I had some great hands-on trainers, um, T7s, the whole nine, that was really hands-on with showing me everything that I didn't know, and basically giving me the opportunity to put some of the new skills that I learned into use in a proper environment. So that was a journey. And from there, I think I did that for a week, and then somehow, some way, the very next week, it was right back to reality. It was right back to reality. But me personally, I don't, like I said, man. Nobody's above that throwing parcels, so I really don't have a problem with it. But I know that my main job, now that I am a regular, my main job is out here on this loading dock. The job that I do as dispatch, and that is basically in a nutshell, making sure all the mail that's in the building gets out of the building in an orderly fashion on designated trucks at different times, as well as different equipment going from different post offices. I'm responsible for making sure that the right equipment goes on this truck versus that truck, and so on and so on. But I also spend a good part of my day throwing parcels, and there's nothing wrong with that. And any minute I could be called up front, to work the window, and it is what it is when I get up there. But do I like what I do? Yeah, I like what I do. I like what I do. And on a good day, I'm able to do all three. And that's throw parcels, dispatch my trucks, and as well as work the front window. So I kind of wanted to, just let everybody in on, what to look for if you are on this postal journey. If you are trying to make regular, just hang in there. Like I said, my situation was different because when I came in, I kind of came in on the backside of COVID. People that came in kind of during COVID, their wait and conversion was extremely longer than mine. But like I said, everything happened for a reason. I didn't know this coming in, but like I said, I was able to make regular within 6 months, and that's kind of unheard of. But the way things went and the way the dominoes fell with people retiring and people quitting and people getting fired, that's just kind of how the cookies crumble. So, and I got to eat, so that's just kind of how that went. So, but I definitely, as a PSE, I was able to meet some good people, and I got some great mentors. So I definitely want to take time to shout out all of them. They know who they are. Really ain't got to say their name. You know what I mean? But they know who they are, and they know the role they played in this whole postal journey. So if anybody's out there that's young, and I say young, anywhere from 21 to 30, man, if you can get your foot into that post office, man, you're really gonna set yourself up for life, man. But it's not easy at the beginning, and it wasn't easy for me, even though I did it quicker, because like I laid out before, the journey to get here wasn't easy. So I definitely want to highlight that. So anybody out there that's just started, man, good luck, man. Keep pushing, man. Keep striving, man, and you will get there. You will get there. But the journey on the way there is so much better once you're already in the door, man. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to get in the door and then worrying about that. But if you're already in the door, man, just keep on pushing, man, because you will get there, man. And you can make a lot of money on your way there. And then once you get there, the benefits and everything like that kick in. So I just kind of want to share that, man. I got such good feedback on the first video, man. I had to do another, man. I made regular, man. Tell a friend, not glow, just sharing this experience, man. Like I said, I think the United States Post Office is the best kept secret, man. A lot of us didn't know about this job. And no matter what it is, man, like if you can get your foot in the door, man, like no matter what it is at the post office, because believe it or not, being a custodian at the post office, you will be surprised, man. You will be surprised. If you knew that salary, you'll be surprised. But that's not what I do. But shout out to ours, because we got a nice band. So we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's new to the channel, man. Hopefully this video can do the same thing that the last video did. And that's, spread more knowledge about the whole postal life, man. Like Jesus said, man, your boy went postal. All I do is check mail. So, and that's cool with me, man. The square life is where it's at, man. You know what I mean? So shout out to my new subscribers, man. Like the video, comment on it, share it with a friend, man. Somebody need this good game, man. We'll wrap things up, man. Happy holidays to everybody out there, man. I am the voice of the North, man. Why settle for less? My last name more. We out.